C, confidence. R, resilience. O, optimism. W, willpower. N, non-negotiables. Hey guys, my name is Ernestine Morrison, formerly known as Ernestine Johnson, but as you all know, I have just recently got married, so I am taking on a new last name. And this is my new show, Beneath the Crown. What is the crown, you ask? Crown. C.R.O.W.N. Confidence, resilience, optimism, willpower, and non-negotiables. Oftentimes we have these favorite influencers and favorite people we look up to, like Oprah and LeBron James and Gary Vee and Grant Cardone. But how did these people become who they are now? How did these people walk into their crown, their confidence, their resilience, their optimism, their willpower, and set their non-negotiables? What defining moments along the journey happened that helped you walk into your purpose and walk into your power? And that is why I created this show and this platform, because I want to get deep into people's journeys and the defining moments and the pain and the challenges and the shame and the guilt and the fear and the doubt that helped them become these powerful influencers and people that we see today. So you can expect a lot of great things on this show, on this new platform that I created, because it's time for us to really be transparent and be vulnerable and tell the truth about our journeys. Some of you may know that I'm an actress, I'm a poet, I'm a business owner, I'm a co-owner in a real estate fund, and all these amazing things about me, but a lot of you don't know about my journey. So I want to share a little bit about my journey today and as to why I started C.R.O.W.N. and why I've become this confident woman that you see now that is able to walk into my crown and walk into my purpose and walk into my power. It wasn't always that way. I can remember as far back as elementary school. I was 10 years old. I went to Stagg Street Elementary School in Los Angeles, California. And I just remember always wanting to be somebody else. Never fully being comfortable with me, comfortable with my clothes, comfortable with my hair, comfortable with my skin tone. And I remember there was this one girl named Melissa Fredrickson. Shout out to Melissa Fredrickson if you're out there. And she was this tall, blonde, blue hair girl. And she was beautiful and all the guys liked her. And I remember there was this guy named Michael Knapp. He was like the popular kid in school. And he liked Melissa Fredrickson and everybody liked her. And she always had cute clothes and she had little Lisa Frank. You remember Lisa Frank? Like folders and trap holders and all these cool pencils by Lisa Frank and erasers and stickers. And I wanted to be like her so bad. So I told my mom, I want Lisa Frank stickers and I want Lisa Frank trap holders and folders so I can go to school and I can be like Melissa Fredrickson, because I thought that was going to make me enough. That was going to make me deserving. That was going to make me cool. That was going to make me wanted and desired. Not knowing at such a young age that I had so many gifts inside of me. That same year, I spoke in church, and the pastor asked me to read the church announcements off the paper. Read the church announcements, just reading, and everybody in the congregation stood up and clapped. And I couldn't understand why everybody was clapping when all I did was read the dang church announcements. And it was then that God was kind of identifying and showing me what my gift was. And it was my gift of speech, my gift of giving life through my words and motivating and inspiring through my words. And I didn't know that then because I was so busy trying to be like Melissa Fredrickson and be like the cool girl in school and have all the cool pencils and backpacks and folders and be the blonde hair, blue-eyed girl that everybody loved. Not knowing that God was setting me up for this path that he was already paving for me to be great and for me to walk in my crown and walk in my confidence and my resilience, my optimism, my willpower, setting my non-negotiables. Fast forward to middle school. I was one of very few Black people in my middle school. I grew up in the Valley in Los Angeles, and if you know anything about Los Angeles or the Valley, you know it's 90% Hispanic. So I grew up around nothing but Mexicans and Salvadorians, and they all talk really fast and had this like really quick accent, and they all like ate hot Cheetos and had Mexican candy and the chili suckers, and I wanted to be just like them. I wanted to be like Yesenia Gonzalez, who had this really, really pretty curly silky hair, and she had this like darker toned like Spanish skin color, and I just wanted to be just like her because all the boys liked her. Everyone liked Yesenia Gonzalez, and she talked fast and she had this cute little smile, and I would try to even imitate her smile. And she had this gap, and I would just try to imitate everything about her because I didn't know my power then. I wasn't confident enough in myself. I didn't think optimistically enough in myself that I too had gifts, and I too had beauty, and I too could be desired, and I too could be wanted, because I was so caught up up and being like somebody else, down to the way people walked, to the way people talked, to the way their posture was, to the way they dressed coming to school. And I know that there are many little girls and little boys out there who feel the same way, especially in this time with social media. We live in a state of comparison. We're always constantly scrolling, seeing the next person's life, what they're doing, what they've accomplished, or what it looks like they've accomplished, because we all know social media is a facade. So I really wanted to create this platform and show people the journey, show people how you become Ernestine Johnson, how you become Oprah, how you become Sarah Jakes Roberts, how you become Gary Vee, how you become LeBron James. These people didn't just wake up and be great and wore this heavy crown. You had to walk, this journey, endure the pain, endure the struggles, the trials, the tribulations, the guilt, the shame, the doubt. Like I said, all these things had to be endured along this walk in order to walk into your crown. Fast forward to high school. High school, I was a track star. Popular on the track team. Boyfriend was popular. He was on the football team. Of course, the typical popular track star, popular football player, and outside looking in, you would think I had it all. But I was still battling on the inside of being the it girl. And there may have been people that looked at me and thought I was the it girl, but it was something inside of me, something that I was battling inside of me, my own self-esteem, my own self-worth, battling like, why am I not the it girl? Why am I not pretty enough? Why am I not smart enough? Why am I not good enough? And it all stemmed, and I didn't even realize it until probably my senior year of high school. It all stemmed from me being a victim of child molestation. I was molested at the age of 7 years old for the first time. I've molested quite a few times in my life by various different people. And I didn't realize that molestation and that sexual abuse that I went through was the very source and the root of all my insecurities, all my doubts, all my shames, all my fears was all rooted in me being molested as a child. And the first time I was molested was by an after-school playground coach. And I don't know, back in the day, I don't know how it is these days, but back in the day, you had the after-school playground and all the kids can play until your mother or father or whoever came to pick you up. And the time to be picked up every day was 6 p.m. was the latest you can pick up your child. Well, of course, I was always the last one there, being picked up at 6:01, 6:02, single mother woes. When all my friends were leaving at 4, 4:30, 5 o'clock, I was the very last one left on the playground. And that left it open for my after-school coach. I'll never forget his name, Coach Robert. It was a Hispanic guy. Would take me into the auditorium and rub on me. And I was being molested. And as a child, there's something wrong, but you don't really know if it's your fault or if you should tell anybody, and I never did. To then, the second time, me being molested by my babysitter's son. So I had a really good friend named Catalina when I was younger, and her older brother was 18 years old, and her mother was supposed to be watching us. Well, when her mother would leave to go to the store or the gas station or wherever she would go for 10, 15, 20 minutes, I was being left in the house with Catalina and this 18-year-old brother who would molest me. Catalina made me sleep, or she'd be napping somewhere, or she may be in another room, and this 18-year-old brother would take me into private rooms, into the bathroom, into his room, and he would rub on me and grope me and touch on me, and I was being molested again. So psychologically, I may not even know that this cycle was becoming something that was normal. To fast forward to middle school, when my mother married my stepfather, my younger brother's father, and it was also him who started molesting me when my mother wasn't around. My mother, again, she was a working mother. She had to work. She was a hairstylist. She would be at the salon. She'd be gone doing multiple clients a day, and I was left alone with this predator as a child. And now for the third time, being molested again by somebody else, being felt on, being groped on, and it became something that was normal to me. And psychologically, I didn't know what was happening to me as a child. I didn't know that my childhood was being stripped and my confidence was being stripped and my self-esteem was really being stripped silently. All these pieces and these pieces of me that were being taken as a child, I didn't know the effects that it was going to have on me on the rest of my journey, on the rest of my walk. So whereas now you see this woman who holds her crown high and her self-esteem high and her confidence high, it wasn't always that way. I had to get through the rut and through the grit and through the pain and through the dirt of my walk and my journey to put on this crown, to be this bold actress, this bold poet, this raw artist that you see today, this strong entrepreneur, this strong woman that you see today. I had to get through all of the grit and all of the turmoil and all of the turbulence that I endured as a child, being a victim of molestation, to get to this crown. And for me, I think it's so important for me to have a platform where other people who we all know and love and look up to get to know their stories. Because that is where your superpowers and your gifts are made, through the walk and through the journey. So once I realized that every single step of my journey was setting me up for greatness, was setting me up for success, was setting me up to wear my crown, to wear my confidence, my resilience, my optimism, my willpower, my non-negotiables, I thought it was extremely important to share my story and to share the stories of others, so we can understand that without the journey, there is no destination. There is no greatness. There is no gifts revealed without the journey. The journey is what makes you. Your gifts are what make you. And I thought it was extremely important for me to share that with this platform and for us to really get deep beneath your crown.